Hi, my name is Caroline Jackson. I'm a senior forestry and plant science student at Mizzou, University of Missouri-Columbia. I'm 24 and I'm in the last year of my program, and I'm here to answer some questions about being in a science-related field.
So I'd like to know what your greatest challenge was for entering into the sciences.
Okay. Originally in my high school years, I felt very inept at the sciences. I took the honors classes, but I really struggled with some of the abstract concepts in chemistry, and I felt like I would never be able to get it to a level of being able to study science in the future. So I began college studying being an interpreter for international relations and environmental policy. But after a while, I found that just being a person who could only be on the side of letting that communication happen and not adding new information to the table was frustrating and not fulfilling. I took an environmental science class with a really fantastic professor, Dr. Nathan Means at Columbia College, and he was really, really passionate and enabled me to feel like the physical sciences definitely were something that I could pursue. And so I transferred to Mizzou and started studying environmental science and forestry, and narrowed down that forestry and plant science was where I wanted to end up.
So you talked about a little about your struggle in the physical sciences originally. So did that particularly, and anything else for that matter, ever make you feel like you might be unable to succeed in this career due to that and just your identity in general?
I have several learning disabilities, and as well as being a female, I am definitely underrepresented in the sciences, and I felt like my identity had some barriers to entry, but working with the professors that I've had, they have all been very accommodating, and you should never let your identity stand in the way of doing something that you love.
So do you have any suggestions for other people who are in minoritized groups and who are interested in applying to careers in the sciences?
Don't let the barriers to entry, such as having a learning disability or feeling like your peers are all of one group, prevent you from applying. Even if you face rejection once or twice, chances are you will still get in.
Okay. What was your greatest experience with science throughout your secondary education?
I think my greatest experience with science in my secondary education was in my AP biology class. We had a really fantastic teacher who got to take us outside. We went to a local park and studied ecosystems, and getting to go outside of the classroom and having a field trip about nature was like the key to getting my attention, and seeing that I could be a scientist out in the world and not just in a lab really opened my eyes to some career options.
So what was the most fascinating topic or study that sparked your interest in that field, if it wasn't what you just described?
So I discussed having some issues with science education in secondary school. I don't think that my interest was completely piqued until I took that environmental science class in college, early college, in which we learned about water quality and all of the different environmental standards for testing and maintaining quality. So the most interesting thing that sparked my interest was learning how to maintain and monitor environmental quality in order to better protect it and advocate for it.
So I'd like to know how you might envision your area of study evolving in the future.
There are several areas that I'm extremely interested in. Mycology, the scientific study of fungus, is completely understaffed, as is entomology, which is the study of insects. Both of those have completely endless applications with chemicals that are derived from them, and bioremediation and biocontrol of plant pathogens both of those need further developing, and there's probably 3 to 4 jobs for every entomologist out there, so there's definitely room for some careers for people who are developing their career options.
How would you suggest that secondary students explore scientific options?
I think getting involved in your community, whether that be volunteering or completing a summer camp through a local university, which you can find on the departmental pages. Usually they've got ads for those, or as well as creating your own observation journal and reading scientific articles to start getting a better understanding of scientific literacy, looking at peer-reviewed articles, as well as developing some of your technological skills, such as using Excel or other Microsoft Suite and Photoshop, can be really beneficial.